Hi, this is Kiran from student of Masters in BPP University. This presentation looks at the growing organizational challenges of uncontrolled enterprises, AI adaptations or AI shadow AI. The author discusses the reason for the governance risks associated with the adaptations of generative AI. He also explains an technology management solution called Enterprises AI Governance Framework, designed to foster innovation while mitigation, security, compliance, and strategic alignment risks. The shadow eye dilemma is clarified first, backed by real-world examples. Then the discuss goes on the considered to the spectacular rises of generative AI in organization. The first delineates an economic-based solution or subsequent phases of implementation as well as critical success factors and risks. Then it formed the basic for the governance-based solution. It shows how the principle of technology management can enable innovation with viable organizational controls. Technology management. Technology management typically helps introduce innovations in a controlled and strategic way. The risk of generative AI, however, is a fundamentally different dispute because it's an employee driven instead of IT driven. A new study shows that almost three quarters, like 70% of knowledgeable workers, are using AI tools for their daily tasks, like MS Kinsey in 2023. In my view, the changes turns into AI from primitive tech spent to an out of control workspaces behavior. Organizations are increasingly confronted with a wide gulf between fast-growing technology power and governance structure and made for steady, constantly and managed innovations. Rise of enterprises, generative AI. The AI adaptations of witnesses exponential growth as it is automatic complex tasks such as coding, reporting, and performing data and analysis, significantly enhancing workplace productivity according to the search. More than 60% of organizations are using generative AI already. In at least one business function, which shows how quickly generative AI has transitioned from experimentation to operational uses. From an organizational standpoint, the key issues is accessibility. Employees can adapt to AI tools instantly without an IT involvement. This increases productivity but reduces organizational visibility and control, creating a new governance challenges that traditional approaches to managing technology are not equipped to the address. Understanding the shadow AI problems. Shadow AI refers to when employees independently and using an AI tool without organizational governance or approval successes. According to the recent studies, almost 78% of employees frequently using unauthorized AI tool and applications, often using their own accounts. Unchecked usage of AI generative by employees poses greater risk than the earlier type of shadow IT, as employees input organizational knowledge in external systems, which means that the challenges shift not from technically control to the behavioral governance. Thus, the productivity intensive causes the adaptation of outplaces the capacity of organizational in imposed policies or risk management. Real-world organizational evidence. Concerns over the shadow AI aren't just hypothetical as large companies are already facing actually repercussions because of it. The intense Samsung engineer mistakenly upload confidential semiconductor source code into the ChatGPT, showcasing how unique discourages can happen with else. Financial firms like JP Morgan are limiting to the utilization of AI due to their stringent regulatory and compliance requirements, while Apple is restricting a use of data related to the product. Interestingly, industry research shows over 11% of data input into AI sensitive. So every day, employees' behavior can give rise to significant enterprises export risk requiring structured governance responses. Understanding the shadow AI problem. Shadow AI is term used to refer to situations in which staffs using AI tool independently, without going through the organizational governance or approval processes. According to the most recent research, approximately 78% of workers are using AI tool and their organization does not permit. Previously, shadow IT was not risk as the information was not actively being entered into the third-party system for something unlike now with AI. According to the technology management experts, the challenges shift from the technically controlled behavioral governance when the productivity intents push adaptation faster than the organizations can set up policies risk management systems. Why shadow AI is complex problem? The challenges of shadow AI is a social technical, not purely technological. The issues related to the organizational behavior, that ethics and involving regulations among these things. In order to remain comp- competitive, organizations need to encourage innovations and prevent data breaches simultaneously. Studies reveal that more than 60% of employees are using AI tool even when they are unsure of their organization policies at the same time. Simultaneously, regulations governing AI globally are still evolving, creating uncertainty for decision makers. Typically, IT governance models face challenges as they were developed for the system that have a central control and not for technologies that are employees-driven smart technologies. Proposed solutions like enterprises AI governance framework. This solution process included an enterprises resolvable AI adaptations framework that the aim of manage shadow AI through enablement instead of restrictions. According to the evidence, organizational with a formal AI governance structure are 1.7 times more likely to generate measurable business value from the AI innovators. This reinforces that governance enable innovations rather than the culturing IT. I think the objective it is guide employees to experiment with safe organizational limit. The frameworks require the usage of policies within enterprises AI platform or workforce AI literacy programs are well as continuously monitoring connectivity. They move uncontrolled AI use into strategically more uncontrolled using AI strategic opportunity the less than risk of data leakages, compliance failure and unethical usages. Solution architecture and operating model. By amalgamating governance with technology, the solution architecture ensures the involving innovations and control of AI adaptations. According to the Davenport and the Mittal, AI has the report to the management with oversight integrated into operational system rather than having governance as well as separate functions. An AI governance committee which includes members from the various business unit establishes ethical standards, policies, risk assessment process, and etc. The adaptation of AI works through the structured life cycle from use case assessment to the pilot deployment and continuously monitoring. The workers can access enterprises AI environmental that having the approved, provided the security control access to allow productivity without compromising data security and transparency or trust to the organization. Critical success factors. The effectiveness of the proposed framework is more dependent from the organization readiness. Rather than the technology, the sponsorship of executive leadership is vital because it aligns critical artificial intelligence innovatives with broader strategic objectives and the send out of clear signal of commitments from the organization. To be secure for force, AI literally is equally important. It's clear organization with inverse or upskilling the team have significantly higher probability of adaptation success. To prevent fragmentation, better integration with existing AI and data governance structure is used. Allow shifter the more discussing AI with the challenges of management process is very important as employee. We start seeing governance as enabler of innovations. There rather than a limitation in ultimately allowing for the responsible and sustainable usage of AI. Implement challenges and risks. Instead of culturing AI, I suggest the managing of adaptations using of AI structured governance mechanisms. Organizations that have a formal AI governance framework are 1.7 times more likely to achieve measurable business value from their AI initiatives. Hence, governance empowers innovation rather than the hindering it. From my standpoint, the primary issues is to change uncontrolled experimentation to manage capability. The framework introduces explicit user guidelines, safe business IT AI platform. Employee AI activity, enhance plans and continuing guidelines systems by the capturing of productivity benefit while minimizing the risk of data, exploring regulatory non-compliance and ethical misuse of AI. Organizational can achieve number of benefits. Conclusion. Managing shadow AI strategically. To summarize, business are already using the AI, fulfill the fundamental business operations with over 60% of organizations already doing it. I believe the largest and biggest challenges now is not adaptations, but how to do we govern it responsibly and still innovative. Shadow AI shows employees adapt productivity, building technology in their own accord faster than the policy involved. The project's proposed governance framework shows that the approximate oversight does not inhibit innovations but not allowing safer experimentation that leads to sustainable valuable creations. In AI empowered economically, organization but develop a responsible AI control as vital virtual capability for sustainable ages. Thank you for watching.